Yeah.
We're currently live, and I'm just gonna say hello, everybody. We on my Facebook page. Want to say good evening to you guys, and hopefully I will be able to see in the comment section. But when you guys come on, I just want to say hello to you guys as we have a conversation about the new web series coming up to the DMV, Life in Music. And I got a great cast of people here on there. Not my cast, but we got my writers. I got my, got some very important people here on this discussion tonight, and they're gonna introduce themselves. We're gonna talk about this new web series, Life in Music, and where it's all come from. Let me bring one more person in. We got Erica. Welcome, my Erica. We're live, and welcome, Dwayne. We're live. How you doing, Dwayne?
All is well. How's
All
everybody?
right, Tony, this is your man. You talking about, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that is Jack.
All right,
I
cool,
mean,
cool.
that's the way.
We can't say that, but
I know,
we
I know.
feel about yeah. So we're gonna bring Dwayne on. We'll talk about that before we get started about to start talking. So welcome everybody on my Facebook page, and we got people coming in on a private chat already. Now let me see Erica. Okay, that was Erica. So we're gonna get started, y'all. So welcome and thank you for joining me tonight on this Monday night. Normally, what do we be doing on Monday night at 8 o'clock, guys? My writers, what we be doing on this Monday night? Normally, what do we be doing on Monday night at 8 o'clock, guys? My writers, what we be doing on this Monday night? Normally, can you guys hear me? On Monday night at 8 o'clock, guys.
It's a delay.
It's a delay. I keep
All
hearing the
right.
same thing over and over.
All right, what about now?
There you go.
Better.
I just closed my laptop. So I'm gonna be focused on my camera here on my phone. So Monday at 8 o'clock, what are we normally doing at 8 o'clock?
Writing and brainstorming.
That's right. And we've been doing that for how long?
Oh,
About
mm.
It
7
seems like
weeks.
maybe a
7?
month now.
No, it's been
Nah,
longer than
more than
that.
a month.
Really?
It's about
Yeah,
Yeah,
7
more
weeks.
than a
it's
month.
been over a month. Like two.
Yeah,
It's been
because right now we
like
got
2 months.
we're working on our fourth episode, right, of season one, and we stopped right now to start, advertising because we know we figured we got to start doing the casting call because from after the casting call we're gonna go ahead and start our trailer. You know what I'm saying? So we moving along. So it's been more than a month. We've been doing it for a minute, you know. But we wanted to excuse coming in writing tonight, brainstorming to come out and talk about the web series because we got a major event coming up on the what's the date? The 20 was it 20? Angela, help me out with that.
28.
The 28th.
August 28th.
28. For what, 5 hours? We got a casting call. We're gonna be very busy. We're gonna talk to Angela about that soon. But before we do that, y'all, we're gonna talk more about this web series and where it come from. Now, those on my Facebook page, and you guys share this from from my page to your page as well. And those who don't know me, my name is Akiva McClam. I'm a playwright. Been doing plays, writing for God, faith-based plays since 2010. And so we've been basically at McClam Enterprise Production, really been busy. And during this COVID season, I decided, last year, I'm like, you know what? I'm interested in doing a web series. I'm doing oh, there we go. I'm going to say somebody got some feedback in the back. Okay, we good. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great. So I was like, you know what? And I introduced you guys to this web series live last year. Tony, remember that? Angela, remember that when I was talking about the web series?
Yes.
Yep.
So basically, this is why we could be doing this tonight to come up and bring up the speed and see how far we have come along since that time I introduced just the idea of doing a web series. And at that time, we didn't even have a name for the web series. So we're going to talk about how the name came in play, and we're going to talk about all the things we're doing now. And we're going to come in and listen to Dwayne tonight. Dwayne, I'm pronouncing that name right? All right,
Yes,
good
sir.
brother. I want to make sure, you know what I'm saying, because
I
that deep
appreciate it.
voice, man, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure. No, it's all good. But I
All
want to
good.
get to know you tonight because my first time meeting you, and that's what it's all about. Getting the word out about this web series. I was just out last night. I was talking to somebody about it, and lo and behold, this guy was a comedian. And lo and behold, he actually gave me his information. He gave me and he opened up for Kevin Hart back in the day when Kevin Hart very just started coming out, right? And he said, I always love the opportunity to want to get into acting. So I said, hey man, this is what the web series is all about. So he gave him his information and told him about the casting call, and he's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying, on the Zoom. So you guys know originally from Florida, and I came to the DMV in 1999, long time ago. But I fell in love with this area, the DMV, right? And so all along last year I came to this spot and we saw this location of this theater of the lights someone built, you know what I'm saying? And basically it was a stage setup. And you guys know what happened around March of 2020 last year. Everything got shut down, right? Nobody can perform. The church got shut down. The musician couldn't go to the club no more. Everything was shut down, right? So this is how this idea came to play. Got this guy that got this lounge, and he said, you know what? Although I'm not having any business, but we got to find a way to entertain people during this COVID season, right? Now remember the time we go, and the web series is 3 to 4 months behind during the present time what we're dealing with now. So right now they're talking about the Delta variant, right? So we're gonna take them back for a few months back when it first started. Go back to those days. Remember those days when there was nothing to do. There was no toilet papers on the shelves. You know, everybody was fighting over hand sanitizer. You know, we're gonna go back to those days. Remind people. But doing that reminding, we're gonna tell a story, right? Not only tell a story, we're gonna teach people about things that what happened during the COVID season. We had the Black Lives Matter movement with George Floyd happened, right? So we're gonna go back to those days and really get into how those people may have felt during that time frame in the DMV area, and we're gonna share that during this storyline. Not only are we gonna talk about the Black Lives Matter movement, we're gonna talk about everything. We're gonna show a love relationship between these musicians, how they fall in love, and how they're gonna struggle in this relationship, and how this man is struggling to be a man because he has insecurity issues because he didn't have a relationship with his dad. All this stuff gonna play out in this web series, and we're gonna play out with this life and music. All right. So with that saying, I knew I didn't want to do this by myself because those who follow me on writing, know I've been writing stage plays for a long period of time now, for over 11 years. But I want to do something different. I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? So I was watching Star Wars. They're talking about the new way they're doing on Disney Plus, how they have all these directors and writers get a chance to write their episode based on their experience and their love for the Star Wars. And I was like, you know what? And then it's one of the top hits. And I was like, that was amazing where you can get all these people with all this expertise about this subject and give them all the opportunity to work together and write. I was like, that's amazing of the teamwork they can do that. So I decided, you know what? I want to try that. And I said, I want to try this with this web series. I want to bring and create a team and write together, and not just write based on my idea. We're going to talk together, and we're going to really collaborate. We're going to discuss, and we're going to brainstorm together, and we're going to come down to a conclusion and get this thing started. And that's how Life in Music started, right? So I want to introduce my writers. For my top left, what I see is James Tony Hollins. He coming in with his experience in writing. He also got a lot of management in the music. We're going to have him talk about that as well. Then we got Brady. Brady come in, and Brad, I want to call you young, but you're younger than all of us right now in this group, you know?
It's okay. I can be called young. Right. I'll take that.
But the key thing with you, Brad, we want to bring you in because we got all different people that cover different ages and all different levels of things. So we want to bring you in so you can bring that younger crowd in. And then if we type it a certain way or say it a certain way, you got that jargon down. You can tell us, nah, this is the way they say it here and there. So we got all this expertise of this, things that you can bring to the table, which we love it. Then we got old school that been around for a long time, got a lot of knowledge, and she's my ace coon that keeps me together, and not only that, this person here got a lot of experience in web series. She not only been one of my directors in one of my plays, she been my stage manager. She been a person that I call just to get some advice on a lot of things. So I brought in Erica, known as Phoenix, and she's known very well in the web series industry. Erica, how many? Because I always say this, I always wanted you to shine on this here. How many views you say you had in one of your episodes? People that used to work with.
Well, the last series that we did was a series called Sister Wives that I was in, and it actually went international. So we had a lot of fans in Africa and Dubai. So we actually showed on YouTube, and the first time it was actually played, we got 17,000 views, and they actually flagged it for inappropriate content, which wasn't a thing. But when it was able to run again, we got an additional 10,000 views.
Wow, 10,000 views. 10,000 views. That's what I'm talking about. And that's why I want to bring all these people with all the experiences about, with the life in music. So going with that, Tony, please tell everybody who you are and what you think about this series here.
First and foremost, Dwayne sends his apologies. He got a text. He's a coroner and he has to go pick up a body. So he said to tell y'all he's sorry, but he had to roll out. That's why he popped off the screen. I'm James Hollins. I'm the CEO of Jamarco Management. I manage a lot of local acts to include comedians, actors, and bands. I've been writing since middle school. So I'm about to release a book by the end of the year, a book of poetry and short stories. Kiva, when we met, you told me you were a playwright, and I said one day we were going to work together, and that day is here.
Right. Awesome. Hey, Tony, you like working with me, man?
Do I like working with you? Brady, it's your turn, Brady. It's your turn.
That's a loaded question.
Love working with you, Akiva. I love working with you. I appreciate that, man. Hey, you notice after we start laughing, I got quiet and I like this wait for you to say something. Yeah. So go ahead, Brady. Brady, it's been Tony, it's been great working with you, man. And I love those Monday nights when we get together after a long day of working, 8 hours in our regular job, and we got to get on now and maybe discuss about an hour and a half sometimes. One time we went 2 hours, but those nights become fun. I look forward to seeing you guys on Monday night. So I thank you guys and thank you for working with you, Tony, as well. So Brady, so tell people about you.
My name is Brady, and I like to say that I'm a writer, a poet, and a creator. And like Tony said, this is definitely a phenomenal group of people. I love working with them. I've been writing since I was in elementary school as well. I'm currently 28, so yes, I'm still young. But it's been so fun, and I'm so grateful for everybody, and I'm really excited to see the finished product. So definitely tune in and tell all your family and friends. Awesome. What about you, Phoenix?
Good evening. My name is Erica, aka Phoenix. So I've actually been writing since I was in elementary school. I do not share most of my writing. However, in the play world, in the film world, I do love to write regarding episodes or whether it's a cliffhanger or add something to whatever project I'm involved in. I actually, not only do I act and I write, but I direct, I sing, and I also dance actually as well. So I'm actually looking at getting back to not only dancing again, but also modeling. So that should be coming in probably in another 3-4 months or so, prayerfully. So yeah, as far as the project is concerned, Life in Music, I'm very, very excited about it for a multitude of reasons. One reason, of course, if you just look at the screen at all the talent we have right now, just not only myself, Akiva, Tony, Brady, all these, the talent that we have in the DMV, I think is sometimes overlooked. And I think this web series is going to bring this talent of the DMV to the forefront that we actually need and we need to see and we want to see. And I think it's not only going to be a blessing for the DMV, I think it's going to be a blessing for the nation.
Nice. And with that transition, Angela, before I get to you and Reggie, I want to pick back on that. Like I told you guys before, one of my love for the DMV is going out there too. And Angela, you can contest this because you told me many times, being a DC native, you went out recently and you looked and toured the area and you was amazed. It's a lot of beautiful things in this area, DMV. And I want to bring that out in this web series. When we show this relationship between these two characters, Jack and Gabby, we want to take them out into Alexandria, walking along Duke Street, and going on the Potomac River. We want to take the cameras out there and show them on a date. We want to see it all day in Anacostia, going out to Anacostia Art Center, going out to see a black theater, a box theater, or going out to see the bookstore all those black businesses in the Anacostia Art Center. We want to show that, or in D.C., walking the Lincoln Memorial, and looking where Dr. Martin Luther King stood and did his I Have a Dream speech. We want to show all that in this web series, not only for the people in the DMV that see it all the time, but the people outside. And through the characters, they're going to learn more about this area, So let's tell them more about this web series, about the characters, without getting too much involved. The main thing, guys, we got to understand what Eric is saying is that if you got talent in the DMV, if you're a singer, you're a poet, a comedian, keyboardist, whatever, this is the web series you want to be a part of. Seriously, because life and music, I'm telling you, we got life and music and life. And when I explained that to that person last night about the title, and I said that at the very end, he said, yeah, man. He said, that's beautiful. He said, because a lot of people try to live their life through the songs they listen to. Now think about those youth in the world today. What they hear from those rappers and all that. Matter of fact, one of you said, don't call them rappers. What's a rapper? Hey, that was so funny one time. I'm like, yeah, rapper. He like, what's a rapper? So I'm learning that they don't understand the term rapper like we were back in the day. I guess they're performers or the artists. So the thing is, though, every word they say in those lyrics, they try to live up to. So life and music and life, And I'm gonna go back to that on how we together put this together, and with the colors. I'm wearing the colors tonight, and because of teamwork, guys, and we have to learn how to collaborate. At first, I'm like, why we got to get all that pink in it? You know what I'm saying? But we had to collaborate, and guess what? I like the colors now. You know what I'm saying? But I had to say yes because the team wanted, and I said, yeah, that's the word about working together. It's not about me; it's about teamwork. And so now I'm rocking the colors, and I like it. We got to get one of these hats, guys. We're gonna put life and music on this boy, and we're gonna rock this thing. We're gonna represent. But going back to the characters, guys, is that we got this guy that want to give these artists an opportunity to showcase their talent during the COVID season. We got the governor. We're going to show those clips of the governor from the beginning saying everything had to be shut down to a minimum. We're going to be shut down to everything. Nobody can move around, whatever, in the businesses, the restaurant. We're going to show all that stuff. But this guy got an idea that he wants to give the artists an opportunity to stream from his business to the people at home. They don't got nothing to do. And remember those days that when finally those celebrities start doing the battles between each other, and we love that. Well, before that, remember the DJs, those homemade DJs and people DJing at their homes in their basement. Y'all remember after working 8 hours and you look forward to those DJs doing live? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I do. So that's what we're gonna do with this life and music. It's similar to what this guy's doing in this series, right? But at the same time, we get all these people in different musical background, from gospel to heavy metal to R&B to rap, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop. They're gonna come to this place, this lounge, right? And they're gonna mingle with one another. Each one of them gonna have rehearsals, so they're gonna get to know each other. So now we got this young lady, Gabby, gonna see this nice, handsome man across the room when she with her praise team getting ready to practicing, in front of the camera, do her thing. She see this man. Now she coming from remember, I'm a faith-based writer, but I'm bringing some other people in, we can where we can relate to everybody, So she's coming from the church side, sees this man across the room. Don't got nothing to do with the church. And y'all already know, Angela, you're a woman, Brady, woman. I know y'all probably, if you got a father, one of y'all, wait, Angela, you your father's a pastor? No, your father's not a pastor, right? No, but no, not at all. And you better stop being Angela. You know me. Stop being all stiff in that chair. Relax. I'm just joking with you, Angela. Hey, check this out. But think about it. Opposite attract, and she got no business messing with this man. This man about to pull it. This man is about to, show her a different world. All right. Her father, who's a pastor, Gabby's father is a pastor. He warns her, leave this man alone. Right? Is a reason why he tell her leave him alone. and it's gonna show that in the web series. But no, Gabby, she's find this man attractive. The man can sing. He's a local celebrity. He got that smile. He got that charm. She falls for him, right? And so we're gonna show this relationship in this web series, how literally how Jack begins to affect Gabby. But in the long term, when God truly started getting on Gabby's heart and pulling on her and everything, so Gabby got the Holy Spirit in her. She got the word in her. But she gonna go through that struggle. Now come on, girls. Don't leave me out. Now there is a woman out there in your faith, and you see somebody you got no business going with it, but you know what? You know, tried it, but you know, made mistakes, but this is a real life story. There's some women that have done that, right?
Absolutely, every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Erica,
Not me, but yes, I know of women that have done that. Yes,
right. So
not me, but I get it.
Men have been there as well. You know, the men have been there. You know, good well, they only be messing with that girl right now. She's way above. She got too much experience for him. You know what I'm saying? About to rock his world. He don't got nothing to do with it. But no, because of the physical attraction, he go down that route. Hey, matter of fact, who that sound like? Samuel and Delilah? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna bring all those attributes. Samson. No, I said Samuel. I'm sorry.
Samson, yeah. You threw me with that.
Hey,
like, you gonna write the remix.
Hey, Reggie.
I knew who he was talking about.
Right.
Hey, thank you, Deke. Tony over there, he's like, yeah, man, that's Samuel.
I didn't know. I didn't. I said, there go Kiva rewriting the Bible. I tell you, boy.
I'll correct him later. Don't worry.
Hey, no, I'm sorry. I meant Samson, but that's Samson.
We write about Samuel and Khadijah.
That's right. That's why I love this group. And we be doing this on Monday night. Cause I get in the rhythm, now I be throwing names like, what are you saying, Kiva? But that's what it bring me back down. But I love him. But yeah, I meant Samson. I'm sorry, Samson. But thing is though, we telling story. Everything people don't realize that the things that happen in the Bible, it's gonna repeat itself down. And that's why we gotta understand that the Bible is real, those lessons and those experiences are real. We gotta learn from it. So Gabby is about to go down a roller coaster, right? But at the same time, the word is in her, right? She knows what she needs to do. And then we're going to start showing the tide's going to change. And then we're going to see how Gabby's going to start now influencing Jack. But that might be in season 3, 4, who knows? But you got to tune in on this web series, right? Now, we got other characters that are going to be involved. But you guys got to come out to the casting call. Go on to our Facebook page and learn more about the characters. Because I'm sure we got a role for you guys there. But but enough of that. I think I said enough about giving them a little taste of the web series there. My main thing is the DMV. We got a lot of opportunities for your musicians. At the same time, we already got musicians that we're gonna take this web series to New York. We have an episode that we're already gonna write about how we're gonna tie New York involved. Already got T-Rex. He's ready to bring us to welcome us there in Harlem, shows around. He's gonna perform in the series as well, and then I'm gonna create that pipeline from here down to Florida, where I want my friends in Dade County and Broward County to show the cast around to be able to be a part of the web series, being themselves, but taking them around in the car, take them to the swap shop, take them to the drive-through movies, take them down South Beach, take them down in the areas in Miami, take them down to Little Havana, all that type of stuff. I want to be able to show that in these different characters going around, And then Reggie, we got your area. Why not include North Carolina area? Why not go to Charlotte where we are Erica? When we talk, Angela. When we met those people in Charlotte in the network business, and the was it 228 Lounge?
Lounge 228. Yes.
Lounge 228. When we met them, And matter of fact, when you speak, please mention about what they're doing. Why not? That's the importance of networking in this area. And that's one thing God have given me the ability to network. And this is how I have networked with you guys. And look how we brought this team together. So with that saying, I want to bring Angela in, who's taking care of all our important stuff behind the scene. And she's going to talk about the casting, the results of that, and what you guys, matter of fact, listen to what she's about to say about the casting call. Welcome, Angela.
Hello, Angela Shea Boss Middleton, Assured Business Office Services. I and working with Akiva McClam Enterprise Productions in everything that he does, but currently the Life and Music series. So currently we're doing a casting call for August 28th, 12 to 5. So you can email contact@sheabos.com to get your audition scheduled. You need a headshot, resume will be preferable, and the character that you like to choose or that you like to audition for. And then you'll be scheduled to present in front of the casting director. But it's getting tight. It's only been out for a week, and we're almost scheduled. So don't delay.
That's what's up, and I appreciate that, Angela. I got on to the live feed. I want to stop and recognize some people. Elaine, how you guys doing? Elaine, how you doing? Carla, how you doing? Natasha, hello, and TT. The TT is Trina. She's also a singer as well. I just want to recognize those people who's currently live, and we have more people on there too as well who made comments though. But yeah, thank you, Angela, for that feedback. Please do not wait. Writers, as you see, we're gonna be very busy on that day. She already told me by the time when we get ready, by the time the deadline on the 25th of August, we're gonna be pretty much freed up. Maybe gonna have one break, 15 minutes. We're gonna be able to
You're
do
gonna
that.
get one break.
Yeah, she already done said y'all gonna be able to do one break.
Bring a cup and a sandwich.
Yeah.
Get
But since we're gonna be home, we're gonna be on Zoom. We'll be all right. But we expect a lot of people to come because we want people to come. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, we're not even gonna rush this thing. If we don't feel we got the right people on the first audition, we're gonna do a second audition because I want to make sure we do this thing right. Erica, I always look at Erica when I'm on a Monday night, writing club, what we do for the web series. I look at her because, like I said, she's my go-to person, and she know how passionate this is about representing the DMV. And not only that, the DMV people will make sure you represent them right as well, because they'll put you in the streets and say, "Yo, bro, so matter of fact,
yes,
honestly,
we will.
huh?
Yes, we will. Yes, this is my hometown, and yes, we will. We will call you out.
Yeah, exactly. I love that because, be honest with you, I was doing something back in the play when Reggie and I was doing deep cover. That was in 2017. I was getting ready to do a panelist and a discussion about the police brutality back in 2000. I would say 17. This is before all the Black Lives Matter movement. Everybody started going, with that racism conversation, and we was handling our own panel discussion at the Anacostia Arts Center. Right, I had a group of people from Southern Maryland, people from PG, and had nobody from DC. Right, so somebody put my coattail when I was at the Busboard and Port around the corner of the Anacostia Arts Center on Anacostia. That's the new Busboard and Port there. I had the flyers there. Like, yo, man, you got everybody, but nobody from DC represent this thing. What's up with that? But I love that, right? Because when I hear that they need something, I'm out there because I was out there when Trayvon Wright called on the radio. They did a whole bunch of men to come out to walk the streets and like that. Guess what? I came. I sat there in the community, sat down at those community meetings, and they talk about what they're going to do in the community. And I'm going to have Reggie talk more about that. I got something to say, how we're going to tie that in the web series. I'm about involvement. I'm about going out there in the communities because, like you say, Erica, they're going to pull your coattail because I wanted to make sure this is not a Florida Akiva thing or Southern Maryland thing. No, this is a DMV, and we got to make sure we cover all those angles and those areas as we represent DMV because this is my second home too, and I want to make sure even the jargon is right, the style of clothing, the storyline, all that type of stuff, we got to make sure it's right, With that transition with Reggie, I want to bring him in. Reggie has been working with me with McClam Enterprise Production, one of my partners there with the projects and with the plays. And he also got a new YouTube series going to be coming out, so I got something to say. So I want to bring him in on this because, as you guys know as writers, Brady, Tony, and Erica, is that we're going to write what's currently going on in the world that people can relate in the web series. So this COVID season, when we start by, like we would say, we're 2 to 3 months behind from currently what's going on, but we're going to tackle all that stuff that happened during the time we were stuck home. We're gonna tackle when the Black Lives Matter movement exploded. What happened down in D.C. and then the painting of the Black Lives Matters on the road and everything, and the riots. We're gonna talk about George Floyd. We're gonna talk about all that stuff that happened. Not only that, we're gonna talk about the politics side. You know, we can't live in DMV without knowing what's going on in politics. But these are all the areas in the web series that we're gonna teach people. We're not just gonna do a web series without teaching people. Because I love about what I do. I want to teach people at the same time. I want to minister to them, but I want to educate them and I want to empower them by the knowledge. And that's how I want to bring Reggie in about I got something to say. And before today, I don't know if Tony, I don't know if you heard about this, or Erica, Brady, or Angela, because you're native too. And now when I say this here, I one of those guys that believe in interaction with the police officers. I think we need to work a good conversation out. But something just recently happened on 16, and I think you in the Southeast, whereas there was an issue with the DC police officers arresting somebody, and they went over the board. Commissioner Trayvon Wright, he's always there representing his area. And he called him out and had him on the videos. And I mean, the people had him on video. But he called out those officers and he went to those meetings. And the chief of police responded, I think, today. And they took action on those guys' behavior. So this is what the World Series is going to show as well. We're going to get out in the communities. We got a young lady named Hardy DC that I follow on Instagram. Every Friday, she's out there sacrificing her Fridays to talk to the young people, to give the guns up, you know, and showing that there's another life than violence. So we're gonna bring her in a way, go out there and network and have her show an appearance in this web series. I already reached out to my boy Trey Chaney. You know, Trey Chaney is a well-known native here in DC. He's down in Atlanta, Georgia, doing his series down in Atlanta right now. That was Saints and Sinners. Sinners and Saints. Help me out, y'all.
I don't remember.
Saints and Sinners, yeah. So he's doing that. And doing a great job down there and doing other things and other movies. But he's also his first love is music. So I already reached out to him what he's doing. I said, yo, man, we got to come in and pay a visit in this web series. We're going to try to work with him and tie him in. So this is what the web series is all about. It's really showing some real stuff so people can relate to. So that's why I want to bring Reggie in and say, I got something to say. And he's going to talk about that. So Reggie, welcome.
Well, thank you there, Kiva. You covered quite a bit there in your syllabus. I was wondering when you were going to take a breath, brother.
You said everything that we were thinking.
Yeah. As he said about,
I'm excited.
I mean, he did go help me out like twice. So I mean, I guess that was his breath. So.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to do our best, man. You know, as he mentioned about, I got something to say. We just kind of came up with that title there because a lot of times, you know, when you're sitting around, you're talking about things that happen in the real world or something. We all each have our own perspective of looking at things. Then when you take that perspective and put it in, add into it facts and so forth like that, and what your experience has been, you know, a lot of times what's being portrayed in the media or what's, as they call the media, or what you're reading isn't actually, doesn't contain all the little things or the background or give it the proper context that you need to truly understand what's happening as far as like the full story of things. You know, what they mentioned there's been a lot that's happened since we've been in the pandemic. When you look at it, we're supposed to be closed down, but you know, you had all the marches and all of the political issues that were going on and insurrection, if you want to call it that, for the 6th January episode. And then what is going on economically with our families here in DMV versus with our families that are in other places like North Carolina or Florida, and different restrictions depending on where you're going at, and COVID Delta variant going up here and there, and getting different guidance on how you should approach things and so forth. It's very confusing at times, where we are becoming where each person is becoming where they have something to say, you know. So it's just a venue for me to get my circle which Akiva is part of that, out there, and get some feedback on it and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, so that's Reggie is I can't look. I'm looking forward to that web series coming. Not web series. I'm talking the YouTube channel coming out. I got something to say. He's another go-to person I go to just to get that knowledge of the economic side. And also, Reggie, could you really explain more about that? And I think as writers, guys, we gotta write somebody in, and that's what I always say: the power of the pen. I get that for the military. We control the power. We can write anything, but to educate people. Can you touch on the economic side about?
Well, the economic side isn't necessarily is some of the things like our older people who may not be around any longer, but they always used to teach us to save. For instance, I give that. It said save, save, save. But if you're saving and you're not investing it, you're still losing money because of inflation. You know, like look at now, you can buy 2x4. I have some friends who are really into contracting and building and so forth. A 2x4 a couple of months ago cost $2. Now it costs for one 2x4 $10. So then at the same time, you're seeing the exponential increase in housing, right? But because I might be African American, I can't get the same price if I'm willing to sell my house as somebody else. You got people out there now who are hiring or having their friends come in, or they might be in an interracial relationship, but they have that person of a different culture, or a bit Caucasian mostly, coming in and pretending it's their house so that they can get a good valuation on it. You know, that's just one aspect of it. If you can do that on a valuation, what can you do if you go to a job interview?
Right.
And I give you a real life, and I hope I don't upset anybody when I say this. My brother went to an interview, and this is probably about a year ago. Went to an interview, and the person that interviewed told him that his degree he had it didn't matter that he had a degree. And then on that, to make it even worse, he's an electrical. He works for Micron, you know, making the chips and so forth. And we have a shortage of those. But they have these tool sets that make these chips and so forth. And the gentleman told him that, hey, if you hit a monkey in the head long enough with a wrench, he'll learn how to perform maintenance on the tool too. Can you believe that in an interview? So when people tell me, when people go out and say, hey, we're bringing up things from the past and all this is wish-washy and so forth like that, you're too sensitive. No, this stuff is still going on. You know, what's economically going on, which is going to affect our bottom line and our pocket. And we don't want that. All I want is the same. I want the same pay that anybody else would get for the same amount of days work. I want, when I go buy a car, I'm going to pay the same thing everybody else would pay under the same stipulations. If I got bad credit, there's a reason I have bad credit, so I should expect to pay more because I have bad credit. You know, but the zip code I live in, the only reason that should affect anything is insurance. You know, because if you live in a zip code where there's stealing a lot of vehicles, then of course your insurance is going to be high. Right. But then that ties back into what you were just talking about, the police. You know, if we don't do some community policing or ourselves, or tell our nephew Ricky to stop acting up and doing that and so forth like that, and that's going to drag the neighborhood down. Mm-hmm. If we are living in a development, you know, and you don't want to bother your neighbor or two neighbors and stuff like that because they have old broken down cars sitting on the street, that's going to bring the economic value of our neighborhood down. Right. So we have to stop thinking like it's just us personally that it affects. It affects the people around you as well. And if it's going to affect me, I have a right and responsibility to say something. You know, which brings in the policing part. Right. You know, something's happening that's illegal, totally illegal, that's happening in your neighborhood or whatever. You have to weigh it, whether you want to say anything, you know.
And it's funny you say that, if you want to say anything. And guys, as writers, and that's what we got to use these characters to be able to be the voice of the people and to show them real life of those people going through this web series, Life in Music, and so they can learn from it. So we can be able to teach them, not only teach them, but show them what's the right thing to do or say, or save a life in a situation. Imagine a young man getting pulled over by an officer, and we have wrote a script how to get out of that situation, how to comply, how to whatever, how to control your emotions, and we could have saved that guy's life, or even save the officer if he getting in trouble or losing his job. Because it's two ways. It's about really meeting each other in the middle in half place and realizing that both people are human and they're just trying to get home, you know. But they come down, we got to meet each other halfway in that middle. But yeah, thank you, Reggie, for that, man. So, like I say, we have to write characters in to what Reggie just said. I got something to say, so these people can really relate to it. And going back to relating,
I want to just say something real quick, Akiva. You just said something there about they want to go home. They both want to go home, and the officer weighing. Just think about that. The officer is weighing, truly, in most instances, is weighing whether your life is more important than him.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know, when they use certain violence, and somebody may be non-compliant, you know, then you have them handcuffed and so forth, and you don't cut it off. Then you continue it on. You know, you continue it on. I saw a young lady on Facebook, and she did something, but she was laying on her belly on the ground, and the police officer kicked her in the face.
Yeah, that's it with Atlanta. I think Atlanta, Georgia.
And I was like, oh my goodness, well, how would that man, and have to be an African American, feel if somebody did that to his daughter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's the situation that they're dealing with now. Is that police situation? Is he was handcuffed, and there was at least 3 other officers, and the guy was literally punching him while he was handcuffed and being detained already.
Yeah, this was a different episode where it was a female, and
right.
she was her belly, and I don't know if she tried to spit on him, his shoes or whatever like this, but he literally, this big humongous man literally kicked her in the face.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's emotion. That's not.
That's
emotion.
Use of power.
And that's why we're gonna write as writers. We're not gonna hold back. We're gonna show those things so people can definitely relate. But we're gonna have a solution behind that as well. Also, bringing about influential people in the community. I want to bring in people like we talked about Deron. Deron, he's a well-known guy in the Southern Maryland area. He got a great reps. What's it? The youth Facebook group. Charles Scouters Matters. We want to bring him on. He's been on the news. He's been on the news as a social media influencer. We got Derek Terry. He's doing great things in Southern Maryland as well. We want to showcase people who have businesses. I told Chef that I'm going to mention his name tonight. Chef Selby. We want to make sure we bring him on to be able to display his food, what he's doing, and be able to talk about that, you know? So we got an opportunity to bring so many people on this web series, y'all, to showcase what they're doing. With that saying, Angela, when they say showcase, let's tell people more about what are we doing September the 18th. That's going to include the writers. The writers going to be there of Life and Music, and we want people who's serious enough, entertainers, from musicians, from comedians to poets to whatever, keyboardists, violinists who plays hip hop, whatever. You want to come out and show us that you want to be a part of this. We're looking for people to come and show us. It's a talent search. Turn our heads. So we're looking for the best to be in this web series on September 18th, right? Network Link. We want you there. We want you to sign up. Matter of fact, you're going to reach out to Angela about signing up there. We're going to do another flyer for that, Angela, to be able so they can come out to meet the writers, talk to us, and we get a good feel of them. So tell them about Network Link and what that's all about on September 18th.
So Akiva and I partnered to create the Network Link, which our first event will be the Business Affair on September 18th from 1 to 5. We are not only giving opportunities to entertainers and artists, but we also would like to collaborate with small Black-owned businesses so we can build our network. You are talking a lot about, community and bringing each other together. Well, businesses can do the same thing. We need to partner with one another, help one another, and this is a venue to be able to do that. So we have Premier Service business owners who offer services to other businesses as well as patrons being graphic designers, website administrators, insurance, tax preparers, CPAs, commercial real estate agents, health and wellness. We have all of these people lined up to be able to advise and collaborate and partner with other small owned businesses. So if you have a business, you want to develop a business, this is the place where you can come to network, collaborate, promote your business, and just get a lot of information and have fun because you have the entertainment for the entirety of the time.
At the same time, the reason why we're doing this is called Network Links, because we're trying to better ourselves by supporting one another. Whenever we're doing things in the community, we should have a registry that we can reach out to everybody, send out an e-blast, and we should be able to support one another. And that's how our business is going to start growing and getting stronger, by us supporting one another. I had that gift about networking. Met Angela, became friends. She got that gift as well. So we decided, you know what? Let's go on now and educate other people how to network. And let's get those CEOs who already established their businesses and know how to, and they're doing it well, come back and now mingle with other CEOs, because we got to support one another as well. And not only that, y'all, those who want to start a business, you come out to this too as well and learn how to start your business. Angela, I was at the bank today. I saw a guy. Hey, y'all, I'm nosy. Just like Lynn. Hey, what's up, Lynn? Lynn said Kiva got that gift for talking without taking a breath. So he got that gift.
Yeah,
so he said, what's up, Lynn? Give a shout out to her. So I was at the bank today and I was very observant. I know this guy. I can see he was a regular coming in on Monday. Weekends, what happened on the weekends, parties, whatever. He was there first thing at 9 o'clock when the bank's open. He had a bag. I peeped it out. He's depositing a bit larger money of cash, right? Now, I peeped that out just about a second, just watching everything going on. By how the tellers were talking to him, how they recognized him. I said, oh, he's a regular. He come in every Monday at 9 o'clock, right? One thing he's missing, he wasn't armed. He wasn't had no protection. If I could pick that up,
because now everybody thinks.
Yeah, now everybody knows that, Akiva.
I didn't say, hey, but listen, I didn't say which bank. Bank. But check this out.
True.
If I can recognize that at five within 5 minutes, who else can? That's my. Hey, I'm sorry. That's my other side. I can keep it. But check this out, Angela. Hey, don't joke how you say your name, Angela. So check this out. I thought of the guy, Reggie. You met him too. I introduced this guy at Juneteenth, right? Well organized by Duran. We met him there. Remember we met that guy. He had his own gun business. He got to teach you how to shoot guns, and he also said something key. He said, if you're a CEO of any business, if you're owner of any business, he said you should be licensed to carry. You should be able to have a concealed weapon, carry it and protect yourself. That's what I recognize. We got to have somebody there at the Network Link to be there to explain to all those CEOs, talk about their business. But guess what? Security. I guarantee they've got nothing to pack to protect themselves when they go and deposit their money. Yeah. I know I won't be slipping. I'm getting my license. All right. So check this out. As we started, because it's 48 minutes, and I want us to keep this under an hour, I do want to recognize those who are on. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like I said, this is going to be an amazing web series. And y'all would say, well, why is it going to be amazing? Because we're passionate about it. We love this area. We love the right. We want to give other people opportunities. We got a lot of people who now watching this got a lot of experience in acting, got a lot of experience in singing. Eileen's there on the line. Katrina there on the line. Lynn is there. Tony invited his boy. Was it Dwayne? Yes. He invited his boy. He already on the slick side. Somebody gonna be Jack. We'll talk. Brady and Erica. We're gonna beat him up when it's over.
What's that, Bradley?
Try to be slick.
Hey, did you see? Did you see how Angela reacted when she heard his voice?
Yeah, she like this.
Really?
Exactly.
I'm just joking.
Exactly.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
No, but hey,
Uh,
but thing is though, look at Eric trying to keep it together. But no, this is gonna be a fun series. At the same time, going back to the main agenda, we want to show this love relationship. How this woman coming from the church, get influenced by this guy, but also this woman gonna start influencing him. But at the same time, she got other friends she brought on because she got a praise team, got 2 other women coming in, and that's why I say the 2 females or male singer, we're gonna need those guys. We're gonna need a comedian. Um, Guys, I was the writers, Brady, Tony, Erica. I was thinking more about the mother side. If you don't mind, can I kind of within before with 10 minutes? I'm gonna give you this idea what I was thinking about the mother. We already know the mother's background, right? The mother background, what she's dealing with the husband, the pastor's husband. I mean, pastor's wife. You know what I'm talking about, right? Okay,
Right.
thank
yeah.
you. Cause everyone's just
Yeah.
staring. I'm like, can I get a?
Up
So
and down.
Well, because you're asking me a question, and I'm like, should we wait until Monday until we
all
can
right.
talk about
So
it
you
first?
want me?
That's why I didn't
So you
answer.
want me to wait till Monday? Do you want me to wait till Monday to tell you
Yes.
guys more what I was thinking about the mother?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right.
Please.
See y'all.
No,
That's
no,
why
no. I'm clinging to the edge of my
You
seat.
you
I
give
gotta know. I gotta know.
no
Tell me
you
now.
giving you giving them way too much. That's enough.
All right.
You
So check this out.
you supposed to
As
put your pinky toe in. You don't put the whole foot in.
So check this out. So check this out. As my team, I'm gonna go ahead and not gonna talk about the mother thing, but I think I gave enough to tune in and want to be a part of this cast. All right, because this is gonna be an amazing web series. I'm telling you, I don't see it. Anybody who had worked with me, I always tell those guys, I already done seen this thing play out in my mind, and it's gonna come to play. We're gonna have a great time. Brady, real quick, talk about the music. Your boyfriend's supposed to be
The
doing
theme song.
yeah, Marcus.
Yes.
The theme song.
Yes, yes,
Theme
yes.
song.
So
Please, real quickly, talk about that real quick.
yeah, so the very talented Marcus Allen, he is going to be producing and also writing our theme song, and I can just tell you right now, it's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah, he did his thing, so definitely stay tuned for that.
See the word. I know lit is kind of almost there, but I would have said awesome, but that's why we got her on, and then we networked and brought Marcus on. You know to do like Eric. Start with them face expression. So we brought Marcus on to network with him because he's a talented artist and he got us a theme song. That's what it's all about, networking, y'all. And that's how we brought this team together. We're networking together. So you see the big picture. We ain't talking about, well, what's in it for me? It's because their love for writing. They already said they started writing at an early age, and the love for the writing, the love of the project, what we're doing. They love the idea. Now we're gonna get this thing together. All right. Other than that, before I close, anybody have anything to say? Hey, Lynn, this is my way of taking a deep breath. Hey, Lynn, hold on, Lynn. If you're listening, Lynn, this is my way of trying to take a deep breath and give them an opportunity. They said, well, Kiva, you don't say it all, so all I got to say.
Right.
We're gonna
Casting call auditions August 28th from noon to 5. Email contact@sheaboss, SHEABOS.com.
I want to say just make sure you follow the page. So there's going to be updates as far as the web series is concerned to keep you kind of going. Little tidbits here and there, maybe, possibly. So just make sure you follow the page so that way you can have all the updates, whether any other casting calls or maybe we need another character. Maybe you went out for one thing, but we kind of are keeping you kind of in the pocket and maybe you want to do something else. I don't know. So just like the page to keep up for all updates concerning the series.
Real quick,
And that
Erica,
page information.
Erica, expand more on that because we talked about that in the side conversation.
I beg your pardon?
If they don't get this role, but therefore say more, we come back. We may need you for another role. So expand more on that.
So if those who have ever been out to a casting, sometimes you may go for John or you may go for Jane, and there may be someone. I mean, it's a business, it's a competition. You know, yes, you may sing, but it could be somebody that sings just a little bit better, or their demeanor, or they may have a certain look. You know, this is a vein-based business. It's nothing personal. But even if you do not get the character that you think that you fit, we still the plan is to still keep you in the wheelhouse, so that way as the series progresses, as season 1, season 2, season 7 and 10, there could be a character that comes up that you may fit that perfectly. So please do not think just because if you are not cast for a specific person that means you are not in the series, because more likely than not we may put you someplace else. So keep that in mind.
That's awesome. Appreciate that, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get to say something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't waste time. You have 2 minutes.
I know.
I'm gonna say you gonna say something. You're not saying nothing. Talk.
Okay, Angela plugged everything for the series. August 26th, Thursday, August 26th, Brady will be the featured poet on my show, The Icebox, 8 to 10 every Thursday on NLG Radio, Next Level Radio. Brady will be battling me again. We're gonna do our verses, our poetry verses. And way to smile, Brady, because you didn't know. I just looked at the calendar and said, "Hey, August 26th, let's do it again."
Right. Hey, I'm down for it. If you miss the first one, you definitely don't want to miss the next one. That's all
Exactly.
I got.
And they did a great job with that. Also, with the time we have left, we got to tell you. I already told Latanya Mosley that we got to tie your radio station into the web series as well.
Most
I already
definitely.
talked to her about that. I don't know if she mentioned that to you guys, but that's our way of networking, bringing you guys in as well. So that could be a good plug-in to have you guys on the web series as well with your radio station. So y'all tune in with them on every Thursday at 8 o'clock. Real quick with the network link, I'm gonna keep stretching that. September 18. We got T-Rex coming out of Harlem, New York. He's gonna perform, y'all. Great artist. He's been on several of my plays. He's moving up the chains in gospel radio.
And the album, the package out right now.
Yep. He's coming out. He's doing his thing. He's going to be there September 18th, along with the writers of Life and Music. And also, we want the DMV artists to show up too. Reach out to Angela, and you want to perform. We're looking for 3 people, and whatever 3 people. Reach out to them. We want to see if you guys got it to be a part of this web series. With that said, I'm going to thank everybody for joining in to watch us live. I want to thank all the people coming in, the writers, Angela, Reggie. Coming in. Reggie, before I say anything else, before I close, do you have anything to say?
No, thank you all for just allowing me to be here.
I appreciate that. I'm facilitating this like I do on my levels of man because I want to keep it under an hour. So sorry about fast talking, but I do talk fast. But that's me. When I'm passionate about something, I'm gonna talk fast. But when I'm really around my people, you guys ain't gonna understand what I'm saying, but they do understand me.
All right.
That's a Southern joke. They know. Hey, when we talk, we gotta get together. We gotta talk loud. We gotta talk fast, but they understand me. So, but one thing about that, if you didn't see some of the speeches in the Hall of Fame, I do want to give a shout out to Edgar James, what he did and what he said about the appearance and things. Those Hall of Fame speeches are amazing. But he really stood out what he said about all the things about the outer appearance, how people really judge them. And he said he went from wearing gold to wearing that gold jacket. And that's mean a lot. And that's what we're going to do here, because I was thinking about this here. At first, I was afraid of doing this here, but guess what? I can't worry about what people are going to say, from a playwright to a screenwriter to whatever. I got to go out and do it because I love to do it. I'm going to make mistakes. Guess what? I welcome the mistakes. I welcome the people talk about me, because guess what? That's where I learn from my mistakes. People are going to talk about me regardless. Going to talk about you guys regardless. But what we're going to do, we got to do it. Because if God give you something, you got to do it. So I'm welcome this opportunity to work with you guys, to be a part of this here, because we're going to do it, y'all. And we're going to take our time. We want to make sure we do it right. And Erica, like you say, we want to make sure we represent the DMV, right?
Absolutely.
And we got a minute and 12 seconds. We're going to get Tony the last word. Go ahead, Tony. Got a minute and 12 seconds.
One of our local producers passed this weekend, Chucky Thompson. Rest in peace, Chucky Thompson. We forgot to say that.
Yeah. So rest in peace in that. And with that said, you guys, thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. And like you say, like Erica said, go to our page, because I'm not going to be doing this on my personal page a lot. I want to get you guys to that. Follow us on that page there on Facebook. All right.
Make it a habit to go there.
Tune in live. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we got 30 seconds, and we're at our hour point. Love you guys. You guys have a great one. Peace.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Did he hang up before everybody else?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, he did. He did.
Oh, well, I'm still working with him now. This is
Lord. Poor little tink tink.
oh, no, tick, tick.
Poor little tink tink.
That's
All right, y'all.
tired.
Lord. All right, y'all. Bye.
Hey, Angela, check your text message.
Okay.